The USS Calister Into Infinity was actually mid as all hell, is what I would say if I hated it. I genuinely enjoyed this episode. And being one of the longer ones at that out of all the episodes that exist within Season 7, this one was actually pretty good for the content that it gave, and definitely a worthy sequel to the episode that happened in a previous season. I think wrapping it up in the way that they did was satisfying. A proverbial good end that's actually solidified and shown, something that's very rare within Black Mirror. Basically something that doesn't leave you on a very vague cliffhanger. I will say one of the greatest things about this episode was the acting, specifically from Kristen Milotti. Most of us got to know her through The Penguin, so we knew damn well that her acting was going to be amazing. And it was just that. And all the other characters having their time to shine in some way, shape, or form, similar to the first episode, was definitely needed, and really helped with character development in the long run. And that final fight scene in space at the heart with all the other players trying to chase them, taking them out, that was just pure perfection. Really had me lock in even harder and pay more attention to what was going on. And the subtle plot twist compared to the actual huge plot twist that happened in this episode flowed perfectly. But the biggest thing is when Nanette ended up getting hit by that car, because I was not expecting that to happen. Especially right in the middle of finding out what he did to the people inside the game when they went into the game. You didn't want to see him win, but when she got hit by the car, you thought it was over. Because she ends up getting knocked out cold, and he has everything in the world in order to do what he needs to do. It's kind of like a sense of dread that happens out of nowhere. And then Robert Daly here, again, being just like how he was in real life, being the exact same way as he was at the heart of the game. Turns out no matter how many copies there are, they're all going to be the same. Although I will say one of the things I didn't like about this episode was how it started. It was pretty slow to start with, I will say that much, but over time it started to pick up, and that's when things started getting interesting. And not to mention the references that happened in this episode were a nice touch. I believe overall the writing and dialogue was on point. Christian Milotti, like I said, delivered a fantastic performance, I expect no less. It was just done perfectly. A great ending to a sequel. I definitely recommend you watch it. And with that, that concludes Black Mirror Season 7. Overall as a season, I'd rate it a 7 out of 10. Maybe 7.5 out of 10. As to why, well, I'll elaborate on that in a different video. If you haven't seen USS Calister Into Infinity, oh, I recommend it.